Hi, my name is Munchin and I'm the founder of Honcho. Honcho is an app that allows photographers to upload. Hi, my name is Munchin and I'm the founder of Honcho. Honcho is an app that allows photographers to deliver photos live at events and weddings. And the concept behind Honcho is very simple. What you do is you upload photos from camera to cloud while you're shooting so that your photos are available and ready to be shared just seconds after you take them. Now, after your photos are uploaded, your guests would then be able to use face recognition to find their own photos. So instead of having to scroll through a gallery with hundreds or even thousands of photos, all they need to do is upload a selfie, and Honcho would then find their photos with face recognition. So it creates a much better photo experience for your clients and your guests. So in this video, I'm going to walk through all of the different steps and different ways that you can use Honcho to elevate your events and weddings. So let's start with uploading photos from camera to cloud. How it works is that you would connect your camera to our mobile app, which is available on iOS and Android. So over here, I have my phone and I'm just going to open up the Honcho app. Now, the other thing I have done is that I've connected my camera to the app with a cable. So after I turn on the camera, Honcho would then automatically detect the camera, and you can see on my app that the camera is connected. And so I'm ready to start shooting. And as I shoot, Honcho would then automatically pull in the photos to the app and then upload them to the cloud. So I've taken a few photos. And as you can see on my phone screen, Honcho has put in the photos and is uploading them. Now, if you look at my main screen recording, what I'm recording is our website. So on top of the mobile app, we have a web dashboard, and I'm going to be focusing on the web dashboard from now on, but all of the features that I go through are also available on the mobile apps. So you can see that the photos have already been uploaded to the cloud. So they're inside the gallery and now they're ready to be shared. So if I want to share the photos, all I need to do is click on the share icon. Now I can let the guest scan the QR code on the spot, or I can even print out the QR code, place it on the tables or place it at different parts of the venue. Now I'm going to show you what happens when I open up that link. When I open the link, what I would see then are the photos. So as a guest, I would then be able to view and download the photos. Now, there are a couple of ways that we can handle privacy in the event that, let's say, you do not want to share all of the photos with everyone at the event. So the first thing you can do is you can select specific photos to share. So I'm going to click on the select icon and I'm going to select these 4 photos and click on the share icon again. Now, when I go to that link, I can only see these 4 photos. So what you can do then is you can share specific photos to the guests instead of sharing the full gallery with all of the photos for privacy reasons. Now, the other approach that I can do is I can go into settings and go to privacy. Now, I have the option to set a password for the gallery. But in this case, I don't necessarily want to do that because I want to be able to freely share the photos with all of the event or wedding guests. Instead, what I'm going to do is to turn on this option called blur photos in the gallery for privacy. What happens now when I go into the gallery is that I can't actually see any of the photos. I would need to upload a selfie in order to be able to see just my own photos, and I won't be able to see other people's photos. So in this case, I could just start the camera, which starts the camera in my device. The other way is I can upload an existing photo. So in this case, I'm going to upload a photo of this gentleman who I know is inside this gallery. So after a few seconds, Honcho would then find his photos. So you can see Honcho has found all of his photos. I want to point out the accuracy of the face recognition. So this is him, even though he's pretty small in the photo, Honcho found him. This is him as well from a side angle. This is him from a back angle. This is him from the side angle. And I think most impressively, this is him in the background and out of focus, but Honcho still found him. So you can really trust in accuracy of the face recognition in Honcho. And so this is an amazing way for your guests to really quickly find their own photos just by uploading a selfie. So that is how sharing works. Now, of course, once I see my photos, I can download them. If I enable the download option, so inside settings, I can enable high resolution and web size downloads. And what would happen then is that when I go back to the page, I have the option to download all of the photos, or I can download specific photos. So that is how sharing works in Honcho. Now, apart from sharing, Honcho has other features that are amazing for event and wedding photographers. The first thing I'm going to go through is the built-in photo editor. So when I click on the edit icon inside the album, it opens up the batch photo editor, and that allows me to select multiple photos and edit them at the same time. So in this case, I'm just going to adjust the exposure for these 4 photos. Now, when I go back to the gallery, and let me just turn off the privacy setting. When I go back to the gallery, you can see that the photos have already been edited. So editing is happening in real time. And so that allows you to really quickly make adjustments to your photos without having to use, a separate app. If I go to a single photo and click on the edit icon, I go to the single photo editor. And that is where I can see the different sliders and enter specific values. For example, +20 temperature, +20 tint. Now, the more useful thing then is I can go into the presets tab and I can create a preset using the editing settings that I just made. As you can see, I've already created a few different presets that I can cycle through really quickly. And the other very useful feature is that I can go into settings and go into the preset tab. And we have an option that says apply your preset when photos are uploaded. So I can turn that on and choose the preset to apply. And so what's going to happen now is that as I upload photos from camera to cloud, the photos are getting uploaded to Honcho. Honcho automatically applies that preset to my photos before the photos are shared out to the clients and guests. So it's a great way for me to share a more polished version of my photos rather than just unedited photos. So that is the editing setting or the editing feature in Honcho. Now, of course, inside the gallery, you can show your profile, which is great for you to get your name out. So you can create a profile with your bio and your contact information. So imagine, at your events or at your weddings, you're sharing your photos out to all of the guests. And every guest is a potential new client or a referral for you. And so they would have your contact information on hand. So that is super useful for you, basically to be able to get more bookings from the events and weddings that you're already shooting. If you want to, you can also collect information from the gallery with a built-in form. So inside settings, if you go into forms, we have the option for you to display a form where you can collect information from anyone who visits your gallery. So when I turn that on, now I can ask for their email or their phone numbers. So again, if you are trying to use your events to collect new leads, try to get their email addresses, their contact info, you can do that with our built-in form. And you can, of course, add different kinds of fields like emails, phone numbers, names, or whatever it is that you need. Now, the last thing I want to quickly go through is our slideshow feature. So if I am in the public gallery, I can just turn on the slideshow. And of course, slideshows are amazing for events and weddings because the guests can see themselves on that screen, and it adds a lot of excitement to the event. So it's super easy for me to run a live slideshow at any event. All I need to do is copy the link, and then I can run the slideshow on any device. So there you have it. These are the main features of Honcho. It is amazing for event and wedding photographers. And it helps you to grow your business in a couple of ways. Now, the first way is that you can upsell your clients on all of these features that I mentioned. And we have many users who have found that clients are more than happy to pay extra for instant sharing, face recognition, live slideshows. So you're basically making more money from your events. Now, the second way is that you can get more bookings because you're providing, an amazing photo experience that people are going to talk about. Your guests would experience it firsthand, and they might have events themselves where they need a photographer, or they might hire friends who are looking for a photographer. So this is an amazing way for you to grow your business through upselling and through getting more bookings. Now, Honcho comes with a 7-day free trial where you can test out all of the features. I highly recommend that you sign up for an account and try it out for yourself. Now, of course, if you want to arrange for a demo or if any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you.